Hi, welcome to my new series, Come to Common Terms. The idea of this series is not to hurt any non-Muslim brother or sister, any non-Muslim viewers, wherever you are. I do respect sincerely, as my religion, Islam, teaches me, my Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, teaches me to respect other faiths. But the idea is to find the commonalities between the Bible and the Qur'an. You'll be surprised knowing that there are lots of verses in the Bible that are matching with the verses of the Qur'an and vice versa. People which miss most of the things are the teachings of the Bible, the teachings of Jesus Christ. You find in the Bible the red letters texts, and those red letter texts are Jesus. Apart from them, other are Paul, Peters, who interpreted and who wrote the Bible. And the idea of this series I've taken from the Quran, chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran, verse 64, wherein God says, "Ul, say, Ya Ahlal Kitab, O the people of books, Ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa'in baynana wa baynakum. Come to common terms, which is between us and yourselves. Allah na'buda illallah, that we will not worship anybody else except Allah." Number one term. Number two is wala nushrika bihi shay'an, and we will not associate anything or anybody with him. وَلَا نَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ, and we will not take ourselves in between us as Lord except Allah. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا, if they turn away after you have put forward this common terms, if they turn away, فَقُولُوا وَاشْهَدُوا بِأَنَّا مُسْلِمُونَ, then say that we bear witness, we have submitted to Allah. Now come to the topic today. We will talk about whether Jesus received worship or not, because this is a burning question. A lot of Christian brothers and sisters, they ask me this question, that in the Bible it's mentioned clearly that Jesus was worshipped. Firstly, let's go to the verse. One of the verses where, a few verses where Jesus was worshipped in Gospel of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 33, wherein it says, "Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, thou art the Son of God." If I interpret it in simple English, it is that they, the disciples of Jesus, the followers of Jesus at that time, they came to him and they worshipped him. And they said that you are the Son of God. Okay, in terms of the second part, you are Son of God, I will talk about that in another video. Let's clarify the first point, okay? They came to him and they worshipped him. Worship, the word, has the meaning what Oxford Learner's Advanced Dictionary says that worship is to love or admire somebody in a way that they do not see their faults. They do not see any problems with them, any mistake in them, as a human can see in others a mistake or a fault. But someone does not see, say, the love is blind, we say. Exactly, the love makes them blind. So this is what type of worship is. Oxford Learner's Dictionary says. And they gave example that she worships her children. Does that mean that she every day prostrates to her children and she then worships, prays the way a person prays to God? Definitely not. So if it were that Jesus was worshipped the way you think that he was worshipped, then why Jesus not claim that I'm God, worship me? Why Jesus said elsewhere in Gospel of Matthew chapter 15 verse 33, listen very carefully, but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. It is in red. Okay, you find the red texts in the Bible, like I said, which are basically Jesus' words. Apart from the other words are the interpreters, the writers' words, not Jesus' words. So this Matthew chapter 15 verse 33, when Jesus said, but in vain they do worship me. They do worship me. There's no benefit in it. Useless. It is not counted as worship. Okay, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. The doctrines, the commandments of men. It is not my commandment. It is not the commandment of the Bible. That's why the Qur'an says in chapter 5 verse 116, it's called Surah Ma'idah, when Allah will ask on the day of judgment. This is the scenario Allah is giving. وَإِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ, when Allah will say to the Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, Ya Isa ibn Maryama, oh Jesus, son of Mary, A'anta qulta linnas, did you tell people, ittakhiduni wa ummi ilahin min dunillah, take me and my mother as gods except Allah? So Allah will ask on the day of judgment to Jesus exactly these things what you are claiming. But Jesus never claimed divinity. In any way, in any version of the Bible, you cannot find a single verse, unambiguous, unequivocal, wherein Jesus said, I'm God, worship me. Why did Jesus not claim divinity? Why did Jesus not claim worship from his followers? If Jesus would be God, then Jesus would say, oh, glory be to you. You are sacred, you are holy from everything, oh Allah. In kuntu qultuhu faqad alimtahu. If I would say that, you would know that. Ta'lamu ma fi nafsi. You know what is in myself. What is in my heart, you know. Wala a'lamu ma fi nafsik. But I do not know what is in yourself. Innaka anta allamul ghuyub. Verily, you are the knower of the invisibles. So this clearly clarifies that Jesus never accepted worship. Jesus never accepted worship. So worship is not meant for the worship we do in prayers. We offer worship. This is not what is meant. I hope that will clarify you. Keep watching. There are more interesting features coming.